Welcome to Advocacy Talks, a podcast from the advocacy team at Vision Ireland. Here's what's coming up on this episode.
21% of adults with a vision impairment are meeting the National Physical Activity Guidelines, which is 30 minutes of moderate physical activity 5 times a week. That's half compared to the general population. Our priority is to get people moving more often. So it's looking at the health promotion piece as well as the sport.
And now, here's Madeline McNamara.
Hello everybody, and you're very welcome to the first Advocacy Talks podcast for 2026. Yes, I can't believe I'm saying that already. It seems to come around so fast. So you may remember in our last podcast, I was giving you ideas of things you might do for New Year's resolutions, and this podcast will hopefully give you some more. In the last podcast, we were talking to Tony MacDonald, who is a visually impaired musician, and he is wanting to set up a band which is made up completely of people who are blind or vision impaired. So if you're an experienced musician and you would be really interested in getting involved in a band, do listen back to that podcast and you'll get all the details of how to contact Tony to try and get involved. Well, today I am going to be talking to Padraig Healy, who is the National Sports Development Manager in Vision Sports Ireland. And they have just launched their new national strategy, which is called Beyond Vision 2025 to 2028. So I'm going to talk to Padraig all about that. So Padraig, welcome to Advocacy Talks.
Thank you for having me, Madeline. Delighted to be here.
Oh, you're very, very welcome. So we might just kick off by maybe just giving us a little bit of introduction about yourself. Who are you and what does a sports development manager do?
As you said, my name is Padraig Healy and I'm the National Sports Development Manager with Vision Sports Ireland. So I guess my role was created in 2020, so I'm with the organisation just over 5 years now. And Vision Sports at the time had just merged with NCBI, now known as Vision Ireland. So my role is to create, along with the rest of the team, create more opportunities for people who are blind or visually impaired to engage in physical activity and sport. So we've been on quite the journey over the last 5 years, and we've had huge success transitioning the organisation into a subsidiary of Vision Ireland, and delighted to say that we've increased participation numbers significantly. We've embarked on numerous research projects and IT system updates and large-scale events, and most importantly, sustainable educational programs within the community. So it's it's an exciting role. Where when I began, I was the sole full-time employee, and thankfully we've been able to increase the number of resources within the team to allow us to have greater impact across the country. So it's an exciting time. We launched our new strategy, as you just mentioned there, in October. And I guess the next this takes us from 2025 up until 2028, and we've some ambitious targets and a slightly new direction as well for the organisation.
Yeah, no, it is amazing. I mean, I know that you're based sort of in head office where I am, and see the team expanding and the amount of activities and things that you're involved in is just incredible, I think. So it's fantastic to see. So the new strategy, from what I understand, is kind of changing focus. It's not that you're doing all the things you were doing, but you're kind of changing the emphasis a little bit from just getting more people involved, but to changing the whole mindset, I suppose, around people being involved in vision, in sport and physical activity in general. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess one of the first things we did after the merger with Vision Ireland was to establish baseline data. So we collaborated with DCU for one of the first PhD research studies in the world, which was to ascertain the physical activity levels of people who are blind and visually impaired across Ireland. And those findings, we now know that 21% of adults with a vision impairment are meeting the National Physical Activity Guidelines, which is 30 minutes of moderate physical activity 5 times a week. That's half compared to the general population. So again, giving us that baseline data, it was that I guess information is power, and it was how can we use the data then to inform our program and strategic delivery going forward. So I guess our initial strategic plan was very much increase the presence of vision sports in the community, increase awareness of the brand, and create those opportunities at a local level. And albeit that's still that is still a key component. However, when you've a small team and limited resources, you have to, I guess, you have to be critical and where you focus your resources and how you prioritize your work. So the new strategic strategy has 5 key pillars. And they are champion leadership and accessibility and inclusion, strengthen pathways across the life cycle, promote sectoral awareness and culture change, amplify from within, and then governance excellence. And it's very much putting a key focus on communication. So how can we increase awareness of the benefits of physical activity, and how can we share those stories of the many members we have across the country who are benefiting from being more active. And it might be someone who has acquired their vision impairment and may have been active in their younger days, or it could be someone who wants to, I guess, lead a healthier lifestyle and has never been active. We're here. Our priority is to get people moving more often. So it's looking at that health promotion piece as well as the sport. Because not everyone wants to play tennis or football. Some people just want to, might be happy participating in our home exercise series, which is an online series of classes which we run 5 times a week, everything from yoga to nature connections to high intensity classes. So I guess it's trying to have opportunities for people across the life cycle to be active in a way that works for their lifestyle, because we know that transport, almost 60% of people in the research highlighted that transport is the biggest barrier to participation. So using technology as a means for people to be active is something that we began during COVID, and it's something that we want to continue to be innovative on. And as tech literacy improves across the population, we want to be able to use innovative ways to encourage people to be active. And I guess the other key component then within the new strategy is very much around the area of education and training and education. And how can we empower those in the community to make our members welcome. So whether that's in their local club or in your local gym and fitness facility. So we have a number of initiatives focusing around education. One would be our Active Access, which was launched in September last year, and that's around increasing knowledge and education in the fitness sector. So when someone engages with their local gym, that they can now encourage them or signpost them to the education material and courses that we have. And it's building on, we've launched a knowledge hub on our website. And again, that's having resources there for coaches and teachers, but along with the training courses which we offer, the main one being our Vision Sports Awareness training course, which is a a 2-hour online course giving people the basic information on vision impairment, importance of audio description and color contrast to help them, whether they have a child coming to their local GA session or their swim class, or an adult coming to their yoga class or their seated exercise class. So we feel that better communications, informing our members and the wider community on the benefits of physical activity, but also the how can you open your club to more people who are vision impairment, and how can you be a better instructor or better coach to include a Vision Sports Ireland member in your activity. So that's where the education is a real key component over the next into 2028.
And as you say, and hopefully this, the communication aspect of it is so important, and hopefully this podcast might help a little bit in that, because as you say, it's about making people aware of the importance of sport, but also the services that you provide to make sport accessible for them, so that, as you say, when a person who's blind or vision impaired goes to their local sport or their, to their gym, that they can make them aware of the training that you have available, so that they can then help them. That's crucial, isn't it? Really, I think.
Absolutely, and like it's I think it's physical activity. It's an issue, I guess, across society. We know that over 60% of Irish adults are overweight or obese. We know that over 70% of deaths are caused from chronic diseases which are preventable through more physical activity and healthier lifestyles. So and I know like the Health Service, the Healthy Ireland, the local sports partnerships, the national governing bodies as well are really working to try and create healthier society, having people understand the importance of moving more often. And I think like our strategy is very much start well, live well, and age well. And that's what here in Vision Sports, that's what we want our members to be supported to do. And I guess our programs are reflective of that. We would have noticed that, okay, it was proving difficult to encourage new people to join Vision Sports because they didn't consider themselves sporty. I'm not a sporty person, and I guess that's our name is possibly a challenge in that regard. But we developed a program called I Can, and the objective of I Can is to meet someone where they're at. Okay, so we have a health promotion officer working with us, Anya Stanley, and those who meet the criteria for I Can, because it's for people who are leading sedentary lifestyles, and she'll meet with them either through video call or over the phone for six sessions, and she will take the client through physical activity advice, nutrition advice, behavioral change, and looking at habits, healthier habits, and like around a whole foods diet, and the very basic information and the hope is then at the end of the 6 weeks that person then feels empowered and has a more confidence then to, okay, actually I'm feeling a little bit better myself. I've enjoyed the classes I'm doing, or the extra walks I'm doing around the garden, or the walks I'm doing in my local area, and then that they'll move on from that out into a community activity in their local area, or they'll continue to be active in some shape or form. So I guess it's our objective in the past would have been to get people participating in sport, where now in fact we want people to improve their lifestyles, be more active, and then we feel that they'll in turn participate in more sports which we offer, such as the visually impaired tennis and the swimming and the football and the tandem cycling and all these activities. However, one of the challenges, like from a geography perspective, is it's not possible to always have a visually impaired or blind specific program in every town or village across the country. So it's trying to take a hybrid approach that, okay, in some areas, if the appetite is there, and if we have a good collaboration with the national governing body and the local club, we can establish a specific visually impaired program. However, that's not always possible. So then we want the person to be able to engage within the mainstream setting as well. So I think that's and that comes back to the education, and we've realized that we have to really focus our resources on providing those education opportunities for the community. So making sure our new website is the one-stop shop that people can come on and self-serve. They can download resources to help include a child in my local rugby program, or you can download the visually impaired friendly athletics resource, whatever the case may be. So it's building the number of resources that we have in our knowledge hub, and it's also making sure that the courses that we continue to develop, such as the guide running workshop, tandem pilot training course, that they're relevant and that they're helping to build capacity in the community.
I know, that's amazing. And looking at your website, it is a really nice website to use. It's so kind of clear and straightforward to use. And so I think, for anybody going on to try and find what they want, they're not going to have a problem in doing that with it. So I think, it's been great work done on that. So fair play. It is amazing.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And I guess it's something that we take pride in, and it's something that doesn't just happen. Like, I know, like, we can all get a little frustrated when we go onto a website and it's difficult to navigate, and if the content is out of date, where it's something that the team really work hard on, is making sure that our information is up to date, it's on point, that people can navigate it easily and get the information that they're looking for. And it's not just for our members, it's also for the wider community, them coming on and getting the information which I spoke of, and being able to self-serve. We see that as being crucially important. And even a simple thing as the shop which we launched, so people can come on and purchase a bell ball and purchase a bell tennis ball. They can purchase a tether, a high-vis jacket. These little things that in the past people would have had to make lots of phone calls and trying to get it internationally, where we're just trying to simplify and make it easier for people to access equipment and access information. So we're very proud of the work that we've done on our website, but also the team have done incredible work on our social media platforms as well, and our newsletter. And I think the benefits, our membership, in the past 12 months has increased 30%. We're up to over 1,000 members now. So I would encourage anyone who isn't a member of Vision Sports Ireland to go onto our website. You can click to join us, and you can fill out the membership form free of charge. And again, that just helps. It helps us keep people informed of initiatives and activities that are available to them. So our membership is growing year on year, and we hope that that'll continue to be the case as the number of initiatives and opportunities which we have increases as well.
Oh, I'm sure it will. And as you say, all credit to the team for doing such fantastic work to get, so many more people involved, and to get the communities involved around the country. And another issue which I think was so important is around the training you've been doing in the sort of audio description side as well, which is about not so much the participation in sport, is it, but the kind of the enjoyment of sport.
Yeah, absolutely, and huge credit to Zara and the work she's done there. I guess it's around the spectator's experience, really, and we've positioned ourselves as the education provider within the audio descriptive commentary space. We've had great initial collaborations with the GA and the IRFU, and working with the FAI as well. So again, as you mentioned, it's not participation, but it is providing that opportunity for people to attend a sporting event and be included in that immersive experience, and for them to be fully informed of what's happening at all times on the pitch, and being kept kept up to date on the pace of play as such. So that's something where we're keen to continue to roll out during 2026. And again, all the information's on our website with regards to the course in which we provide to educate the national governing body and the clubs to be able to roll that out at a local level. So we're very much, we're trying to educate those in the community to allow them take ownership, because I guess, as I've already alluded to, having such a small team, you have to be realistic in that you can't be on the ground delivering day in, day out, and it's completely unrealistic, because when that happens, then you don't have your website up to date, then your social media and your communications isn't up to date, because all your resources is on the ground as such, delivering. So we're trying to take very much a strategic approach and use that to filter down into the community. So it's a step change, that's for sure. But we're hopeful that in the medium to long term that it'll provide more opportunities and be more beneficial for us, and that will have greater impact. But again, the data and the measuring of that impact will be something that we'll be keeping a close eye on to I guess help inform whether it's having a benefit or not.
Oh no, fantastic. I mean, you say information is key. And apart from, the physical well-being gained from being more physically active, there's also that whole, mental well-being as well, the opportunities to engage with other people, whether that be on the online classes or an in-person event. And that's so important for our health as well. So really just reiterate what you've saying, just to really try and encourage people to get involved, to think of an activity that they might be interested in taking up, and looking on the website, and I'm sure they're going to find something there that will tickle their fancy. So beginning of the new year, beginning of an opportunity to try something new and get active. And it doesn't have to be big, huge things. You don't have to go out and start marathon running or anything like that. It can, as you say, going for a walk.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's small changes, and that's what we're really trying to encourage people and have provide those opportunities. And that's where sharing the messaging as well, that hearing someone else's story, someone who may not have ever been active, or who is recently engaged in physical activity or a VSI program, that we hope that'll help encourage or be the motivation that someone else needs to actually, do you know what, I'm going to try that I Can initiative, or I'm going to sign up to that home exercise class and see if I enjoy it. And from small beginnings, big changes can occur.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Padraig, for telling us all about it. And if people do want to look on the website, it's visionsports.ie, is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And all the information is available on the website. And if people have any questions or inquiries, they can contact us. But again, to reiterate, signing up as a member is the best and most efficient way of keeping up to date on all our activities. But again, I'd encourage people to go on and just navigate our site and be familiar, because that way our members at a local level can act as a vehicle for us to spread the message, if that makes sense. So if we have our members going into their local club saying, oh, do you know that there's this course? I'll send you on the link. Or look, do you know you can download this resource? Because that's how we're a very small national governing body, and so many so many of the Irish population have never heard of us, and that's where we need the support of all our members and key stakeholders to help spread the message, so to bring people onto our website so they can avail of these resources that we're working really hard to continually update and improve.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, I'll say once again, thank you so much, Padraig, for telling us all about that. And I really hope that 2026 is going to be another fantastic year in the Division Sports, programs and everything going on there. And just to say that if anyone is needing any support in general from Vision Ireland, we have lots of services and supports there as well. You can always check our website, which is www.vi.ie, and our info line is 1-800-911-250. So I do wish you all a very, very happy new year, and hoping that this is going to be a good time for you to get involved in some physical activity and feel really good about yourself. So until next time, bye for now.
Thanks for listening to Advocacy Talks. To get in touch with our advocacy team, send us an email to campaigns@vi.ie, or why not join one of our local advocacy networks, where you can work together with others to solve some of the biggest problems facing blind and partially sighted people in Ireland. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.